Hi, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. In the last video, I ran into, well, it wasn't a new problem, but I progressed with a problem that I have whereby this robot rocket probe thing that I want to try and build, want to try and get to the moon and everything, is just not stable at all, and I'm really quite flummoxed about it. So my aim here is to do the thing I was saying at the end of the last video, which is kind of build the probe and then start building the actual rocket part underneath it, build it up and try and figure out what it is I need to do to get it stable. I kind of felt I could just go Googling the problem, I could just go watching some tutorials and things like that, and I may end up doing that, but I kind of felt that it might be more fun and more entertaining for myself at least to try and work it out from first principles, just actually experiment and see what happens. So I'm aiming to do that first. Meanwhile, I just want to digress into a little bit of a gripe about Kerbal Space Program, and I'm often, as much as I love the game, I'm often talking about how just slightly annoying the user interfaces and everything. And I think in the last couple of videos I've said that when it comes to the saved spacecraft I've got and everything at the moment, I really should start using the new folder system. Well, I say new. It didn't used to have it. I don't know when it turned up. I'm guessing in the last year or so. But that's beside the point. But anyway, I thought, that's great. So, I was kind of in my current game and everything and clicked on create a new folder and created a new folder. So I thought, okay, well, I'll create a folder for all the Mark 1 robot builds. And that's great. So I'll kind of come in here and I'll pick one of the Mark 1s and I'll grab it and drag it over. And I know my cursor isn't being recorded, but it doesn't drag. I can't pick up any of these and drag them over and drop them in the other subfolder, which is just such an obvious thing to want to do. So it turns out the way you have to do this, and already I'm really confused about whether this has worked or not. So let's say this robot Mark 1.1 I want to save into the subfolder. I have to load it. I then have to go to save, make sure that I then pull down the menu, save. Okay. Now I think that's saved. There was no feedback, so let's go and have a look. Yes, it has saved it. And now I've got to go back in here and there it is, delete it, and then confirm I want to delete it. And that one I've already done before, delete it, and then confirm I want to delete it. And shit, what? And now I've lost one of them? Because it lists them all in there, including the ones in the subfolders, so I've actually just gone and deleted one of my original rockets. It just, frustratingly bad user interface design. I just, as a software developer, as someone who's had to design user interfaces for all kinds of things and everything, it just, it really grates. It really annoys me. So I want to put all of this stuff into nice tidy subfolders and things like that, and from now on I'm going to try and make sure I do that. But oh my actual god, that's just so frustrating, the way you get your current builds that won't have been saved into subfolders. And I imagine that there are plenty of people out there who have huge numbers of spacecraft and everything and would like to organize them and have to go through this really painful process. Maybe there's a way of doing it down at the file system level while you've not got Kerbal Space Program running. Hopefully there is. I might investigate that. But oh my god, Ali, come on, drag and drop. It's existed for a wee while now. Anyway, all of that griping aside, see, now I've got to try and find out. Right, Robot Mark 2. Right, that's the thing. So I want to start off with this, and so let us decide. Okay, I want to lose the boosters, and we're going to lose the fins, and we're going to lose the separators, lose those separators, lose all that off the bottom, and lose that as well, and dump all of that. Right, as far as I'm concerned, this is my core probe. This is the thing I want to get up into space. I don't know if those solar panels are going to be enough for the battery pack or whatever, but I'm going to assume they are for now. Whatever I add, I'll add some more of the solar panels anyway. We'll see how that goes. Just wondering, open the doors. What I could do is actually stick some more solar panels on this, couldn't I? Just for giggles and stuff. So let's chuck one. I realise I could do the symmetry thing, but because of where the doors are, I probably don't want to do that. Let's add another one there. Let's add another one. I wonder if I can get them. Can I line those up so they're kind of neat? One there. One there. Is this going to fit? Is this going to be nice and neat? One there. And look at that. One there. Okay. I don't know if that's going to make this unbalanced when launching, so we'll see. I'm hoping not. I don't like the way they stand off like that, but we'll see. Okay. Right. So let's call this Robot Mark 2 probe template. Right. So what was that? No, I don't want to save into a different game. See now how do I? So I can't even create a folder when I'm saving. That's so frustrating. So hang on. Let's go there. Say new folder. Robot Mark. Oh, Mark. Where's my shift key not working? Sticky shift key? What? Oh, even caps lock's not working. Oh, don't tell... What? I've already named a folder like that. And now suddenly it's working. Don't ask. Let's just not ask. Right. Let's cancel that. Let's save to there. Right. Let's just go back to open, because of course that's how you manage this stuff. Right, we definitely have the Pro template in there. So do we have... okay, so that one I want to delete. Delete. Okay, so that one is the one we're working with. Yeah, so let's load that. Right. Now then. Centre of mass seems to be around the middle of it. So that's good so far, right? Centre of thrust, there isn't any, because, yeah, we can't thrust it. Right, what's that there? Nothing there. So, next we so many fuel tanks to choose from. Right, stick a fuel tank on, and let's stick a engine on. And so here we have that centre of thrust things down there. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Blast. Throw that all away. Because I can't remember if... Let's just pull all that away. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? That thing. I wanted that there. And let's stick that on there. The idea being that that is the thing that lets me have more stability. So let's save that. Cool. Now let's go back and add that fuel tank back, and then add an engine. And yeah, I don't understand this, what I should be achieving here, but let's go launch it. I want to see what happens with this. So pretty much my plan with this is just to experiment like this. Oh, I didn't put stability on. There we go. Throttle right up. So far so good. Oh, slow down a little bit. Is it just me, or is that sort of starting to wobble a little bit? The engine tweaking away. No, it looks fairly steady. Right, let's just... and there we go. The moment I deviate from purely vertical, it flips over. Can I get it back? No, wants to go over. Wants to go over. And I mean, once it's kind of, yeah. So it was stable there for a moment, but as soon as it lost thrust, it span round. So, right, let's revert to the assembly. Now, I don't think... Yeah. So I'm wondering, is there anything that I can kind of... Presumably I can't stick a nose cone on the top of this or anything like that. Yeah, that's not going to have that. I want that because that's the command module for it, basically. Then you got the stability thing afterwards. But I do wonder if the problem is the shape of that thing. It just makes for a very unsteady spacecraft, and maybe that's it. It's just not going to work. But I don't think there's a way around that, is there? What's all these things? Oh, you've got those other stabilizers and the like, but so that's structural fuselage. Oh my god, that's huge. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. Yeah, I'm a bit confused about what I can do. So let's try a little sort of stability experiment in that. Let's put a bunch of those on and launch. It's not going to keep it pointed upright anymore. Oh, forgot to do that again. Looks like it's starting to lean ever so slightly. Ooh, getting a bit of drag, so let's just throttle back so we're not wasting effort. I want to get that past that first layer of atmosphere and then see if I can kind of turn just a little bit and see what happens. Okay, let's start a little turn. Ah, and then it flips. So yeah, they're not helping. It seemed to help a little bit, but once it went past a certain point... Oh, are they? Oh, they are, aren't they? They're turning. I was hoping they weren't the kind that turned. Okay. That's not what I wanted anyway. I wanted something that was fixed. I thought they were just fixed. Okay. Let's revert. Let's lose those. What about if we go for little itty bitty dinky ones? I kind of feel like I'm onto a loser here with this style of doing things. I just feel that maybe this probe thing doesn't work without any kind of cover or cowling or whatever you call it. Okay. Scroll back a little bit. Get past this sort of first third of atmosphere. Ah! I didn't even touch it and it flipped over. Pretty much as soon as it hit that boundary it seemed as well, interestingly. No, I just can't keep this thing upright. Yeah. Yeah. This isn't great. Why do my rockets keep flipping over? I think the interesting thing is I've only really had that kind of problem with these sort of circular designs. So it must be an aerodynamic thing, surely. That's what it's got to be. Excuse me. Which makes me think I can't build anything with this until I can cover the damn thing up. Oh. Oh, I actually crashed. It's an actual honest to God crash. Right, back in a moment. Okay, right, I'm back after Kerbal Space Program itself actually crashed. Right. Did it save what I was playing with? Probably not. So let's just go for... Right, I want to go back with that. I want to go back with that. I want to put an engine back on it. And because the next thing I wanted to do was just put some winglets at the bottom, a kind of classic rocket shape. Let me just right, let's have a look. Let's show where this centre of thrust thing's supposed to be. Right, let's launch. Go. Now, apart from the fact that it obviously isn't very pointy at the top, this feels like a kind of classic sounding rocket experimental shape thing. So I feel like if this doesn't work, then that shows there is a problem with the design. Right, I'm not pressing any keys other than just tweaking the throttle. Let's see what happens when it hits that boundary. Okay, so far so good. Right, I'm going to try and tip it over a little bit. Oh, and it's going to go over. But that's a bit more successful though. Okay. So that looked a bit better. Can we... Okay. Still in the atmosphere, so we can't extend it yet. We're going to make it high enough. Yay! Okay. I don't think I'm going to get any science out of this. Oh, I did a little bit. But I won't get anything for transmitting it. Okay. Well, it was worth a test anyway. Let's keep. But it's not going to survive re-entry at all. Okay, so... Yeah, it's not going to do anything special. It's not going to get it into orbit, but... Right, so let's revert. Revert to the assembly building. Right, that's the start of... Let's call that... so first... cat tight tonight. Okay, launch test. Right, and let's save that to there. Now, what happens if we take those off and we add a decoupler, and then we add another one of those, and another engine. I feel like what's going to happen is this is going to be too heavy to take off, but we'll see. Right, let's stick a bunch of those back on again. Right, let's go for that. Oh, I didn't check my staging. Fire. Yep. Why are we so far away? That's very weird. Right. Throttle up. Oh, gotta go max. Give it some stability. Forgot about that. Okay, so far so good. It's hardly tearing its way to orbit, mind. Again, I just want to get to that sort of 1/3 mark and then start trying to introduce a little turn. I'm just very much aware of the fact that we're about to run out of fuel as we hit that. So, yeah, and because I dumped the winglets, yeah, it's very unsteady. Okay, so let's revert and revert to assembly building. So what happens if, and I know this is going to be ridiculous, but this is all in the spirit of testing. What if, will we go to space today? Okay, I need to go full thrust. Oh, I think that's starting to go over already. I haven't even got my hands on the keyboard, and yeah, it's going over. So, whoa, not a great design. Not a great design at all. Probably because all these different winglets are all fighting each other. I bet they're not even lined up properly, is the problem. I don't know, they look kind of lined up. Did I put stability on? Ah, I didn't put the stability on. I'm an idiot. That's the difference. Okay, let's just revert to launch. This isn't cheating, these are all computer simulations, really. Honest. Right, let's see if it goes straight up this time. I feel it's a little weird that I've got reasonably far through the tech tree, but the thing I don't have is any kind of fairing to enclose that probe thing, which you get kind of early on. Right, so far so good. Done the first stage, fire the second stage. And let's hazard a little turn. Okay. So far so good. Now I suppose the next question becomes, how stable does this stay once you're away from atmosphere and those... Ooh, let's just throttle back a bit. I'm going a bit too fast. But once those winglets can't really make a difference anymore. It's not flipping. So I suppose that's the thing, is once we're free of the atmosphere, obviously don't have the problem of... Yeah, once we're free of the atmosphere, we obviously don't have the problem of how unaerodynamic the probe itself is. Do you know, I reckon if I'd turned earlier, I might have actually made it to orbit. But I think I have the beginnings of something that might be a little more reliable. Imagine we're not going to get anything worth transmitting. No, we're not. Which is not a great surprise. Can I reset? Oh, but it's letting me reset this time. Why couldn't I reset last time then? That's interesting. So how's our battery thing doing? It's keeping its charge, that's good. Can extend the antenna, that's looking good. Alright, so I think I definitely have the beginnings of something that could work. How I actually turn that into something that A, reliably gets to orbit, and then B, can reliably leave orbit, is another question altogether. But let's take this for its ride, and then I think I'll call that the end of the video. This obviously isn't going to survive. Let's just check that I don't get... Oh, that's not fair. 23 science if I recovered it, but nothing for transmitting it. That's not fair. Why wouldn't you give me any science for transmitting it? I suppose because of... Yeah, because it's material... Oh, is it because it's material study we want the materials back? I can't remember now. That's interesting and annoying. Can I reset? I can reset. I wonder why it wouldn't let me reset before. Okay. Well, we're not going to recover it. But let's enjoy the re-entry. Oh, it's spinning nice and fast. Is it going to blow up, or is any of it going to survive? Oh my god! It's actually all survived. That I wasn't expecting. Was not expecting that at all. Okay. That got a bit silly. Right, definitely not going to survive. There we go. Right, well, I think I'm sort of slightly onto something here. Don't know how much more I want to obsess about making this thing work. Let's call it... I need to come up with a better naming convention for this sort of thing. There we go. Just check that's saved. Launch test. Oh, what? I got... What? Where did... Oh, I don't understand this folder system. It saved it there. Why has it saved it there? Let me look at the subfolders. Hang on. Yeah. No, it saved it in the wrong place. Hang on. Oh, this is so annoying. Right, let's see if that worked. No. Oh, Kerbal Space Program. Why do you have to have such a terrible user interface? It's so bad. I got no idea what I've saved now. So I got the Mark 2.1, which I want to save in there. Okay. I got no idea what's going on now. Save. Overwrite. Right, there it is. Okay, it is there. It's such a confusing interface. This is such a great game, spoiled by such a terrible, terrible UI. I adore it, I really do. So I think I'll work from here on out. I'm not convinced by this design, but I feel like this is the only way I can combat the... So as I understand it right now, the problem I have is this bit at the top, this round bit, is not very aerodynamic, and so it makes it quite easy for the whole thing to flip over. If it was more pointy, it would keep pointing up, is my understanding. But as we launch, once we get past enough of the atmosphere, it's not a problem, kind of obviously. So I need the extra aerodynamic stability from the wings plus the stability module to kind of keep it pointing towards space. How I scale that up such that I have enough thrust that I can, you know, get to orbit and maybe even get to the moon or whatever, I don't quite know, but I think this might be my adventure for the next few videos, is trying to improve this design and build something that's kind of reliable and can go a distance. So I think I have a I think I have a plan. I think I have a thing I want to do. I want to get this A, reliably into orbit every time, and B, maybe actually then try and get it out to the moon. Seems reasonable. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.